Hello and welcome back to the state of Florida for the next round of the Tanks GG Truck Series. We were at Daytona last week and we're sticking around, but we're not at Homestead. We're at St. Petersburg. Yes, sir. It's the St. Pete 145, the first road course race of the season at one of the more recent additions to iRacing. But if you're very familiar with open wheel racing like I am, you know how much of a treat it is to see races here at St. Petersburg. I'm joined as always by my broadcast partners, Gerald Campbell and Dave Huckleberry. And how about it, Gerald? The first road course of the season. What do you expect them to see?
Well, if you were complaining about not having any space on the racetrack, you're about to get all the space you need at this type of racetrack. You're going to have more than a mile distance between yourself and some of your competitors. So, yeah, if you were wanting to go out and get away from that 3 or 4 wide racing, other than in turn one when we go green, I think that you'll finally have that ability to kind of just focus on yourself and focus on your own race. And that's what some of these drivers are going to come here and hope to accomplish to start working on some reliability and some points their way.
Well, you're going to have plenty room to work with on the front stretch runway, but that's about it. It is going to get very tight and very narrow the moment you get into turn 2 and onwards. This is one of the more narrow street tracks on the IndyCar schedule and in the country, really. So it's going to be very difficult to keep it out of the walls tonight. As we go to our starting grid, your pole sitter, Justin Fuller, getting it over the 40 of Tyler Fode.
Yeah, big surprise there for our second row. It's going to be Gavin Hibbs, going to be lining up next to Tommy Ryan.
And on row 3, we are going to have the 57 of Dylan Javier next to the 6 of Kian Raleigh. Dylan, much improved on the road courses. Keep an eye on that 57.
Back over into P number 7 is going to be Justin Knobloch next to Chad Frankenfield.
He's going to have to prepare that no block against Chad Frankenfield. So you see rounding out the top 10, the 92 of Jess Story and the 43 of William White.
We got the number 60 of Austin and Abbott next to JP Phillips.
Row 7 has the 20 of Gavin Higgins next to the 2 of Cody McCorkle for Shift Esports.
Going to be starting from 15th and 16th. It's going to be Nigel Stock and Cale Pocock.
All Abbott row A as we go to row 9. All Abbott row 9 with Corey Abbott, the namesake, and a Leighton Norgard right next to him.
Tom Bourne going to be starting from 19th next to Bryce Fode.
Tom getting an EOL for incorrect banner. We go to row 11, Frank Fode in the 41, and EJ O'Rourke in the 65.
23rd, Jaden Racimus and Seth Rawls, 24th.
Row 13, we have the 48 of Andy Lewis and the 54 of Justin Vandermarl.
Brent Jones, 27th, and 28th, Graham Bull.
Rounding out the top 30, it's the 32 of Dustin Dorr and the 3 of Jeff Ryan.
Ty Bass, 31st, Dylan Hayes, 30th.
Row 17, the 26 of Josh Adams, last week's winner, next to the 22 of Andrew Hardcastle.
35th, Randy Yoakum, Sam Batwell, 36th.
Row 19 has the 61 of Pierce Hostler, and that's going to round out the field for tonight's race at St. Pete. And perfect timing as we are just about ready to go through the final corner. Justin Fuller will lead us to the green flag. Green means go. We are underway at St. Pete.
It's all going to be turn 1.
Yeah, it's going to be real difficult. The long braking zone down into turn 1. Are we going to see anyone airmail it? Fuller going to get through turn 1 unscathed. So the purple trucks do battle right behind. But here we go. Here's the first real big pinch point. You see Tyler Fody got a great run through turn 2. He's going to have a run off Fuller. He's looking, but he elects not to. Backs out of it and tucks back in line. We are clean and green so far. No real incidents. No one getting punted. Great job from him. Oh, I spoke too soon. JP Phillips around. Oh, and Nigel Stock and Cody McCorkle hard into the wall. Oh, we
we're
have
gonna have
late
caution.
got around.
Caution, big
Caution is out. Oh, we got a parking lot here in turn 7.
That is about the only thing that will cause a caution is a track blockage. And if that's not a track blockage, I don't know what is, because that was the entire part of that turn completely backed up with trucks on top of each other almost.
Yeah, and it just kind of never relented, just kept piling it. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. And the tally is going to go on the 34 of JP Phillips. Self-spin right in front of Cody McCorkle. Nigel Stock almost got away with it, but you see Cody McCorkle was just still right there. And that really kind of kicked off the track block. And Tom Bourne,
his guy that had to go to the back, yeah.
It stonks, as that helped him avoid all of this. Oh, man.
Because that caution started like just the couple positions before where he was supposed to start at. So he might have actually gotten away from that penalty going to the back of the pack from actually being involved in this, because the first few guys that came across that wreck all piled into it. So maybe a little bit of good luck for that bad luck that he got.
Yeah. Well, what can you say? I guess some people are just born lucky. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yes. Oh boy. I thought your first pun was going to be with no block, I'll be honest.
I mean, we were talking about before the show. We're still waiting on that opportunity, and the opportunity is definitely going to be there, because with the 15 truck right behind him, we know that the 15 at Chaff Rangenfield is going to be real aggressive here, trying to make his way up towards the front of the field. Good starting spot for Chad up there in P8, qualified P8.
But see, we were within 10 laps of stage. Nobody asked if that was the stage.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think Chad's running for truck points, or that might have been a stage if that was the case. But no, that's one thing that we haven't spoken about is the stage caution going to be on lap 10. So points are rewarded for the top 10 position here. There are 3 drivers in the top 10 that are past champions that aren't really running for anything. So look for them to maybe play a strategy move. As we talk about strategy move, already got some drivers coming down pit road.
Yeah, and a few of these trucks are not ones I really recognize as being a part of that track blocker. Vandermar was in it a little bit, but I don't think he got a whole lot of damage, as now we're starting to see those trucks that were there bring it down, like Nigel Stock. Nigel looked like he got some of the most damage in that incident. I think it was pretty much him and Cody McCorkle that got the worst of it, since they both just ended up squeezed into the wall right there. But yeah, this is a big opportunity for strategy, being able to take a little more fuel.
Yeah, but all I can think about, I mean, there was only about half a lap of really strong green flag racing, and then the rest of it's been under caution. So realistically, maybe they saved themselves 1 lap more of fuel than the guys that stayed out. I don't know how much of a benefit this is for those guys.
Yeah, do we happen to have any of the fuel numbers on hand? Okay, so yeah, you know just as much as we do, folks at home, as what the fuel strat is going to be and how far everyone can stretch it.
I think our biggest issue now is you saw how big of a jump Fuller got on that restart. Now I'm going to have to wonder if Tyler Fode's going to do a little bit better job, because by the time they got to the front straightaway there, the 55 had cleared himself by about a couple truck lengths. You have to wonder, Tyler Fode's very smart about this. He's going to try to time this a little bit better, because he knows his best chance of a move is probably going to be in turn 1.
Yeah, at the very least, staying close enough to try to pick up some of that draft down the long runway front straightaway. But yeah, we are, of course, trying out using the road course restart zone. It is, in fact, basically the exact restart zone they used in the real-life race here back in March. And, of course, the restart zones on the road courses kind of moved back to around middle of the final corner to help kind of get things a little more spread out by the time they get down into turn 1 to avoid a lot of the really wild and crazy dive bomb moves that we've seen kind of mess up a lot of the races, like at Coda, for example. And you see it definitely works to perfection with that being the ultimate goal, because you see there is hardly any real clusters going into turn 1, at least at the top 10. Obviously, you're still going to have a lot of trucks still grouped together, but you don't see a whole lot of it with the top 10.
We're going to go back green here. The question is going to be, coming out of that final turn with the restart line so far back, are we going to see anyone accidentally push another one into that outside wall? So keep an eye out for a little mayhem before we even get to the start-finish line for these drivers. Such a tight course this is that side-by-side racing is going to be truly difficult here.
Yeah, there was a couple opportunities you can stay side by side, but the problem is getting side by side with these corners for those few opportunities. It's going to be a race of attrition, and we've already seen it rear its ugly head once tonight. We'll see if we'll get it again as the pace car makes a hard right-hand turn on the pit road. Fuller leads us to the restart zone. Green means going. We're back underway at St. Pete, and once again, a massive jump for the pole sitter. But Tyler Fode not that far behind as we go down into turn 1.
It's going to be side by side for third there.
See Fuller able to keep ahead of Fode. See some side by side still as we go through 2 and 3. So far, so good. Oh, we got a couple trucks in the wall. I believe that was 92 of Jess Story and Cody McCorkle as well.
Keep it going, though. Still going straight, but they are all right on top of each other. One driver makes one mistake, it's going to end up with a big pileup again. They're so close to each other out there.
Yeah, as we go through the second part of the track for the first time at speed, and you see that big kink, that's going to be difficult for these trucks. And right here, this is one of the most, if not the scariest part on the track, trying to make sure you get the truck wound down without stuffing that into the tire barriers. As you see everyone monster trucking over the curbs.
Oh, shit. Jack got hit pretty hard there.
Well, Seth Rawls going around in the final corner.
That's a big checkup point right there. That's right before the front straightaway, and they are all. That's a real diving point.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. The air traffic controller was not giving him the all clear on that one. They had the little lightsaber doohickeys cross. I don't know how they do that. I've barely flown, but you know what I'm talking about.
He emerged right in front of the field there. He's lucky there was even that big of a gap for him to be able to do such a thing, or he was going to be all the way in the back.
No kidding. So we're on board with Ty Bass, and Ty doing a great job of figuring out what was happening, able to get on the binders and avoid sheer disaster. Oh, boy.
Back in front of the field, Fody has stayed within half a second of that lead. He is all right on there. He was the fastest in practice and one of the favorites of winning this race. Very dominant in the Truck Series of the road course. He's going to have a good chance here down
Oh
this
no,
straightaway.
Gavin Higgins is on the grass going into the final corner, and he did a phenomenal job getting it woed up. I was afraid he was going to turn into a curling stone, a pool ball, whatever you want to call it. Near calamity right there. Not sure what happened to the 20 truck. See, he goes through the final chicane, all kind of gets loose, and you see him on the grass. So I'm like, no, no, no. But what a job to get it woed up just in time.
One of the few places on track that even has grass, I'll be honest. So he found the one spot. But here we go. Battle for second. Here comes Hibbs. It's a battle of champions for second place.
Yeah, purple truck versus purple truck. Big sideways for Fody right there. He's going to hold on to it. See Gavin Hibbs trying not to waste any time.
Right now, they're on the back of Fuller. You have to believe Fuller's going to try to end this. He is going for a championship at the end of this year. He's going to want to get these points. So you can imagine he wants to stay in front of these two drivers, not knowing if they're going to stay out or if they're going to pit. As they're all very aggressive here when it gets closer to the end of the stage.
Yeah, and you're seeing some different schools of thought on how to get through this final corner. You don't have a whole lot of time exiting that kind of final chicane before you enter the final turn here. So you see a lot of guys just kind of holding to that inside part of the track and not really opening up the entry. Some kind of try to move over to the left a little bit, try to give themselves a better entry point. As you see Harrison Talon around in the final corner.
That's one of the part of the tracks where if you turn around like that, you might as well wait until the train goes by. You're almost at that train station and watching the final part of it come, and that's when you know that you're finally able to clear yourself to get back on track. As battling still very intense here at the.
Yes, we're going to be coming to just 2 laps to go in stage 1. Pits are going to close this time by. Oh no, EJ O'Rourke around in turn 2.
I'm just waiting for one of those trucks to be sideways in those turns and one of those blind turns, not knowing when they're coming up and someone hitting them. Luckily for him, he was near the back of the pack.
Whoa, Chad's almost gone off in the final corner.
Fody's pitting, or Gavin Hibbs is pitting. Got a few drivers coming down pit road.
Well, I think there might have been contact between Chad and Higgins. Oh no. Oh my God. Another almost track blocker. Oh,
Adam's able to live through Daytona, but getting collected up early here.
Yeah. And they still were not done squabbling. Oh no, Dustin Dorr! Final corner has been calamity corner. Oh man, carbon copy of Gavin Higgins, and Hardcastle saw it come and tried to do his best to avoid it, but unfortunately just nothing he could have done on that.
Pretty sure they weren't. There is grass there right now, but I have a feeling by the end of the night we're gonna have no grass there because they have been trimming it down little by little here. As here comes Fody. Now the question is he gonna take the pit road entry or is it too late for him?
It's too late. Pit road entry is closed, so this is going to be the battle for the stage win here. 1 lap to go.
Caution out for a track block that occurred, I believe, the lap before.
Okay, just as long as I didn't miscount of where the stage was, that's all that matters.
That will definitely be a sigh of relief for Fuller. And it might actually play out fairly well for those gentlemen that pitted the previous lap because they're going to have less time on their tires, a little bit more new to them, and get cut back as we're going to go back to see Adams here.
Yeah, we ultimately saw that incident with Adams, and I'm not sure who the other truck was involved. It might have been Ty Bass, I believe, but I am not sure. As you see, Josh got loose coming out of the corner, got it caught in the barrier. He gets back onto the track. See, Phillips goes by, Stock goes by, and then contact
Oh no.
from Stock into Adams, Vandermarl, and that's where I believe Ty Bass gets involved. Nowhere to go and just kind of lightly T-bones the 26. It was a very light hit, but yeah. Honestly, a real tough break for Ty Bass. Just nowhere to go. The last one on scene.
I think
See,
Adams knew as soon as we made a decision that we're doing St. Petersburg. I think he had a feeling he was going to go back to back on wins, but luckily for us, it doesn't look like none of these drivers have too big of an incident. We haven't pulled up any kind of a meatball flag to any of them yet.
Yeah, although that was a pretty gnarly hit there from Bass into the back of Vandermarl.
Pit stops are occurring right now as majority of the drivers that have stayed out on racetrack are now coming in finally.
Well, meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and get to our first break of the night, and we will be back shortly.
The 5th annual Enjoy Illinois 300 is roaring into Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, September 13th, bringing NASCAR Cup Series racing to the most challenging track on tour. Watch the world's greatest drivers battle it out in high-speed, side-by-side action. But it's more than a race, it's a full weekend experience. Whether you're a lifelong NASCAR fan or just looking for an unforgettable gateway getaway, get your tickets now at www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois.
All right, we are back and ready to get back at it. 4 trucks have stayed out. Chad Frankenfield, Gavin Hibbs, Kean Raleigh, and Rob Mooney are the ones that did not bring it down pit road. Justin Fuller able to hold on to the lead through the pit stops, and now this is going to be uncharted territory for quite a few parties here, Gerald.
Yeah, I have a feeling Fody and some of these drivers are looking at this restart as a possible way for them to make an easy pass here if someone gets hung up behind a slower vehicle. So we're gonna have to see how.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh,
Jeez!
wow! Oh, and that's not the only time we've seen that. I swore I saw Graham Bullis kind of get the wall under caution like a lap or so ago. Even under pacing, this track is difficult.
That made my heart stop there. That was scary.
Meanwhile, Chad Frankenfield leads us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at St. Pete. See Frankenfield already going defensive. And here comes Hibbs looking to the outside as we're almost 3 wide there as Fuller throwing the block on Fody. Hibbs trying to go around the outside. He gets sideways. He's not going to be able to make it work.
Oh boy, it's going
we got trucks around. And caution is out.
Oh boy, oh, we got another spin.
Oh
Another
no,
track
just
block, 2 of them.
JP Phillips and Jeff Ryan. Acceptable teammates going around after the cautions come out.
2 separate track blocks happening.
Yeah, I heard Brent Jones yell out, "Oh no, I'm sorry in advance." Damn. And we see why. Unfortunately, airmailed the braking zone.
There's another one further up that was much worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna see. I think Tom Bourne get into JP Phillips, knocks him around, and then I think Jeff Ryan is gonna come in.
There's another track blockage, I think, further up than that as well.
Yeah, see right there. Yep, there's a little bit of neck coat, but they would have made contact regardless. And actually, Jeff Ryan did not hit his teammate. Good job by Jeff to whoa it up in time.
I think there's another wreck further up as well, though. There's about 3 separate wrecks going on race.
Yeah, I didn't even see this other third wreck.
Oh,
oh yeah, Rob Mooney. Oh no, Rob! Oh boy.
Yeah, Rob Mooney was back there, and he got collected up.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to Rob. One of the 4 that stayed out. Go. Oh, contact. Looks like Javier. Oh, and Austin and Abnett is literally just spun right now. Speaking of an Abnett, also, he asked us to take a look at his onboard through this incident.
What's crazy is this third wreck, I think, was actually the worst, and it's the one that got shown last. This is when the caution came out.
Yeah, you see Mooney get loose before Javier gets there. I don't think there's anything Dylan could have done. Oh, big contact for Cale Pocock into the side of the 84. So
this is the point in time I am glad I am not race control.
Yep. So sounds like tally to the 89 for the initial hit in turn 1. Man, look at a phenomenal avoidance there from Austin and Abnett.
Yeah, but I think it's like that one movie where you avoided death and then death comes for you, because then he spun out later on his own.
I was going into turn 1. I don't know what happened. It didn't look like he hit anything, but yeah, random for that.
Sorry, it was a semi truck full of loggings that came off in front of him, I guess. Because yeah, he's just spun out and lost a few positions from them.
Yeah, and then some sort of awkward standoff here between the 3 and the 89. Meanwhile, I believe Chad has brought it down pit road.
Oh, I don't agree with that pit call, to be honest. He's going to be behind a lot of traffic.
Yeah. And there it is. Whee!
Yeah, he's going to lose all these positions. iRacing will not give it back to you.
Yeah, didn't hit anything, though. The only thing hurt is his pride.
And his track.
That too.
Actually, I don't know if that's considered. He might get an EOL for spinning out under caution too.
Yeah, because a very similar incident
Loss of
happened.
control, so he might actually go all the way to the back from that.
Yeah, because a very similar incident happened with Kyle Clenworth at the last season in the Elite IndyCar Series at Indy Road Course. Just slightly went off on one of the corners and was enough to get him the EOL.
Yeah, and I think that's the EOL coming for him now. Is he's going to have to be all the way at the back, and he's going to have a hard time because he's not even going to be able to go down pit road and get fresh tires or top up with fuel or anything to take advantage of this. This is going to occur right now, and I think we're going to be going back lined up here shortly.
Yeah, just a heartbreaking mistake there for Adamnik, and just absolutely kneecap his race. So race control giving their ruling on the Javier and Mooney incident. It sounds like going to be no further action warranted.
Be honest with you, this is this race is almost like to me it feels like a short track of road courses almost, just with how much beating and banging and how close tight racing it is.
It really does.
I will say this track is cool in real life. If anyone wants to go next year, Craftsman Truck Series should go.
Not sure.
Let me see everyone starting to double file here. Got a couple waiver rounds.
Are they going double file? Because still don't see it. A lot of what's going on here?
They are now as the wave round trucks make their way past the pace car.
That's that. I was confused there for a second, but I seen it. So where does this put Chad Frankenfield now that he's going to be lining up near the back of the field here? So a few drivers decided to come down with him then.
Yeah, it's going to be wild watching that 15 truck try to make his way up through the field.
Some would say it's the most dangerous part of the racetrack is being in front of Chad Frankenfield with fresh tires.
Some may say. I'm fairly certain that's something someone in this booth may say and may have said multiple times.
Watching these trucks coming around, this next turn here where the tire barrier sticks out, it is quite honestly shocking we haven't seen anyone just nosed into these tire barriers. You'll see them coming up on the screen. I think they're right up here. It's a very fast turn. I have a feeling that they probably put the cheap tires there because they're replacing them all the time. But well, yeah, we haven't seen any action of yet. We've seen almost under caution someone hitting them, but.
And it's so narrow through that corner, too, because you see that big curb there on the inside. You really don't want to use that curb because it is thick and high. So if you hit that, it is likely just going to launch your vehicle into the tire barrier. So you're almost having to thread the needle. As the pace car makes the hard right-hand turn onto pit road, Kean Raleigh leads us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're underway at St. Pete once again. You see Fuller and Fody side by side. Fody looks like he's starting to edge out. Here comes Fuller. Here comes Hibbs. Almost 3 wide for the lead there. How's that going to impact Fuller as Fody tries to take advantage and get by? Is there all kinds of sideways going through turn 2 and 3. Hang on to it, Kian Raleigh, as he is going to get swamped. Fuller, Fody to his inside. Big send from Fuller. And Justin's going to get it done. Raleigh trying to hang to the outside of the 40. Oh no, Pierce Hostler got spun going into turn 4.
How that battle for the lead didn't end up with a truck in the wall is beyond me, as these drivers are on top of each other and this restart here. As the 61's finally getting going at the front of the field. Though,
oh no, Jeff Rangenfield got turned around right before the kink. And we might be getting another car. There it is.
Okay, never mind.
Oh no,
I was about to say, I don't think that's a track block just yet, and then all of a sudden, here comes the 78, bowling through sideways through there. We remarked, I didn't really think that was a good move by Chad Frankenfield pitting at that time, and he made hard contact.
Yeah, seeing contact with Frank Fody. Looks like Chad to the inside of the 41, and I think Frank might get a little loose on exit. He does. Fishtails down into the 15. And around he goes. Unfortunately, much to the chagrin of, I'm sure, many people tuned in, we will likely not be posting the memes for that incident.
I'm at this point starting to wonder. Tom Bourne right into that one.
Yeah, look at the nose damage on the 16.
Well, James, yeah. I don't know if we're gonna have. We set a record at Daytona with yellows. We have to be getting pretty close with road course yellows. I don't remember road courses having this many incidents where we have to throw a caution just to be able to safely clear the track.
Yeah, as a broadcaster, I'm always a bit nervous on road course races from my own performance, being able to provide a great level of commentary as the race goes on and things kind of spread out. Thankfully, my job is being made a lot easier with everything that's been going on this race. It's making everyone else's jobs harder. Dave pushing the buttons, having to bring up all these replays. Cam Rich having to review everything and all the drivers having to pace. But, yeah, this sure gives us a lot to talk about, Gerald.
All right, I'm gonna set a precedent here for us because we've nearly gone half the race under yellow, and Daytona was kind of a caution fest as well. If we can go the rest of the way green, I will personally pay the winner.
I don't think you have to read the rest of it to kind of get the gist of where Corey Abbott is coming from on this. Frustrations are obviously very high in the Truck Series right now. We saw a relatively clean race in the Cup and in the Xfinity. In the Truck Series, we haven't gotten it going just yet. These drivers are still trying to navigate around here. Doesn't help that you come to a racetrack where most of these drivers, this is their first time seeing this racetrack, including myself. So kind of a difficult aspect to come from Daytona, where you already are probably ticked off with a couple of drivers for how they raced you. And then you come here and it's just going to be more of the same for the time being. Hopefully, though, we'll get them spaced out. I feel like if we get them spaced out, we might avoid some of those track blockages.
Yeah, I'd say you're likely right on that. I think we're going to go ahead and get a quick break in, and we'll be back with everyone shortly.
The 5th annual Enjoy Illinois 300 is roaring into Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, September 13th, bringing NASCAR Cup Series racing to the most challenging track on tour. Watch the world's greatest drivers battle it out in high-speed, side-by-side action. But it's more than a race, it's a full weekend experience. Whether you're a lifelong NASCAR fan or just looking for an unforgettable gateway getaway, get your tickets now at www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
If If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
All right, we are back and about ready to get back at it. Reset the top 10. It is Gavin Hibbs and Justin Fuller, with Fody, Keenan Raleigh, Tommy Ryan, Justin Knobloch, Dylan Javier, Gavin Higgins, William White, and Just Story rounding out the top 10. So pace car makes the hard right-hand turn on the pit road. Gavin Hibbs will lead us back to the restart zone. And green means go. We're back underway at St. Petersburg, and look at the restart Justin Fuller got. He is going to be right here alongside Gavin Hibbs as we go down into turn 1.
He's going to have the preferred line going into here. Is he going to use them up?
Whoa. Oh, that was near race-ending disaster for the field.
Oh, he's still there.
Oh, he's still there. Oh, Fuller sideways. Oh, no, they're wrecking. Oh, Tyler Fody almost loses it. And Gavin Hibbs was on top of Justin Fuller. Oh my goodness! Oh, and now Fuller trying to recover, trying to hold on to the spot.
Oh no, the 12 around.
Oh, yeah,
big blockage. Like Norgard hitting the wall.
And they're still wrecking. Oh no, we got another track blocker in turn 7 again. Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
I've had marble races that have had less contact than this.
I am at a loss for words here. We're still not even halfway. Oh yeah, they were wrecking, and
I've seen my 5-year-old son treat his Hot Wheels better than these drivers are treating each other. That was a little bit of frustrations on the 55 once he made contact with Hibbs, I do believe. They made contact, and I feel like I don't think that throttle pedal ever lifted, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you completely on that assessment, Gerald. I was about to say the same thing myself. Oh no, there was another incident, I think. Yeah, right as that incident with Fuller and Hibbs happened, I'm gonna see JP Phillips.
I think the issue is when they see smoke, some drivers' initial reaction is to lift.
Oh boy.
The other part of the group sees it as a chance to pass, and that was Chad Frankenfield.
Yep, I think we're going to get the opportunity. We might be posting the memes, everybody.
We're about to come up. Yeah, we're about to come up on a big track blockage here. If you stay on Chad Frankenfield, it was the entire track.
Yeah, you see, not sure what happened to It started with a late Norgard going around.
Yeah, he got hit by, oh, this might be Frank
Oh,
Fode's
no.
night done.
Yeah, you see Frank monster trucks over the curb, and it launches the 41 into the side of the 12, knocks
12.
Norgard around, and once again, just like what happened on lap 1, just nowhere to go, and he just keeps getting plowed into. You see Bryce Fode, Harrison Talon. Oh my goodness.
Father's sin is the son's issue. Is you see Frank Fode's son there get involved in there. So yeah, that's rough. This is getting to the point where these truck drivers are starting to start not to care if they have any tallies against them at this.
Yeah, on board with Dustin Dorr, and I think there's going to be a lot of new pieces in JD's Hilltop salvage after this one. See Dusty doing the right thing and just parking it up, waiting for everything to file through and make its way. Well, while we're still waiting on Race Control's call, I think we're gonna go ahead and get another break in, and we will be right back.
The 5th annual Enjoy Illinois 300 is roaring into Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, September 13th, bringing NASCAR Cup Series racing to the most challenging track on tour. Watch the world's greatest drivers battle it out in high-speed, side-by-side action. But it's more than a race, it's a full weekend experience. Whether you're a lifelong NASCAR fan or just looking for an unforgettable gateway getaway, get your tickets now at www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Oh no, we got a wreck. We got a wreck back
but
there.
I think something has happened towards the back.
Something with
I
Rob Mooney
don't.
back. Can we throw what's past the yellow flag? A double yellow?
Throw the checker flag at this point.
Call the pace car
Double
the winner.
secret yellow.
Yeah, well, not sure if we're gonna get a delay or not, but Boy, howdy, a really fascinating race continues to just be even more fascinating here. No calls yet, so it looks like we're gonna go green here. Pace car makes a hard right-hand turn, and Tyler Fode is gonna lead us to the green flag. And you see it was a more normal start. See, Fode takes the lead. Higgins looking to the inside of Kean Raleigh here. They're going to try to be side by side through 2 and 3.
Oh, getting on top of each other still. Oh, it's so close.
Oh, contact between
Higgins.
Raleigh and Higgins. Raleigh going to get the move done. Somehow, Gavin Higgins held onto it.
So far, everyone's going straight still. Oh, more hits back
Whoa. Yeah, William White got pounded in the tailgate by E.J. O'Rourke. We are still side by side through turn 9 with a good chunk of the field.
We're all holding our breath, waiting to see what fails first.
Yeah, as you see, Frankie Field making the move past Bryce Fode.
Ooh, Hibbs. Oh, that was a hit down the straightaway. Almost turned him around. Oh, a little bit of a track. Oh, they're keeping it going.
Yeah, I saw some smoke going into the final quarter before. Oh no! Fuller into Justin Vandermeer, and around goes the 54.
So far, though, we're still going green. No one else involved.
Yeah, it ended up being a 360 here, and Fuller. I'm going to say that one's going to be hard for race control to officiate. The 55 was there, although how much there he was, I suppose, where the argument leads. But I don't know how I would rule that if I'm race control. Godspeed, Cam, as we are still side by side here towards the end of the field as Fuller trying to recover. You see Hardcastle monster trucking over the curb as there goes Tom Bourne by, and Tom throwing a big block on Jeff Ryan.
All right in front of Chad.
Yeah, looks like Tom Bourne was able to get that nose damage fixed on the 16 truck, as Lord knows we've had plenty of caution laps to do this. Here comes Justin Fuller, a very difficult move down into turn 10. Oh, and barely Harrison Allen gonna keep the inside and keep it out of the wall. Is there gonna be side by side? Oh, no, Harry! Oh! I think Harry got the wall there in the chicane. Got sideways, did the 51.
Oh, that's
around goes
Hibbs is around.
Oh, and he gets hit by Hardcastle, and caution is
Oh,
back
no, don't throw the caution for that. No. Oh, no. I don't know if I agree with the caution being thrown on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it from a standpoint of, hey, we're finally green, but I don't disagree with it because the fact that this is still this is about middle of the field or so.
And that might be Brent Jones gone for the night, too.
Yeah, and Gavin Hibbs has had enough of this. He is called in the night. Yeah, I feel like that could have maybe been a worse incident. I don't think it would have, but I don't necessarily disagree with the call to throw the yellow. As it sounds like the out have actually gone to the 95 of Gavin Hibbs.
Well, we're going to go back to one more commercial break here. Hopefully, though, we'll go green here. And maybe get a little bit further along. We almost had gotten them spaced out enough. And hopefully, now they saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe they can have something to work toward.
The 5th annual Enjoy Illinois 300 is roaring into Worldwide Technology Raceway on Sunday, September 13th, bringing NASCAR Cup Series racing to the most challenging track on tour. Watch the world's greatest drivers battle it out in high-speed, side-by-side action. But it's more than a race, it's a full weekend experience. Whether you're a lifelong NASCAR fan or just looking for an unforgettable gateway getaway, get your tickets now at www.raceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
If you've been waiting for the right time to upgrade, that time is now. Score up to $4,000 off on a 26 brand new Ford Explorer. And our Ford Explorers come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. So get to Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Before anyone else was talking about it, we were building it. Sim Gaming Expo, America's original, community-driven, multi-genre simulation gaming event. Experience the latest hardware and tech, meet creators, watch live competitions, and celebrate your passion with fellow sim enthusiasts. Join us September 18th to 20th, 2026 at the Schaumburg Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois.
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
All right, we are back and not quite ready to get back at it. We are currently still 2 to green. But, yeah, this has definitely been a road course race to remember here, Gerald.
Well, it depends on who you are. I think it's going to be...
I will
some
forget
will
it by
remember
about 10 minutes after.
There you go. What I am noticing, though, is I think we're good now on fuel for all these drivers. So, with all the cautions we've had, all the drivers had stayed out long enough on underneath these cautions, saving fuel, that I think we're not going to see any green flag pit stops. So this is the battle. So if you thought they were intense before, now that they know that they're not going to have the ability to go down pit road and get a fresh set of tires, they're going to try to take advantage of it now. So may we see more aggression amp up? Maybe. I think so. Could potentially. Hopefully they have a little patience. Sure.
Sam Batwell up 20 spots. That Sam?
Yeah, a race that is pure attrition. This is working out for those that are keeping safe and keeping out of it. But
I mean, we've only had 3 drivers out of the race. Everyone else is technically still on the racetrack, still with somewhat competitive vehicles. I haven't heard what the ruling was on that last caution with Brent Jones, if that was considered his second or not, though.
It was to Gavin Hibbs.
Oh, really?
Tally to Gavin Hibbs.
Well, I didn't expect that. Yeah.
Yeah, I personally didn't get that good of a look at it from the viewpoints that we saw. So again, is one of the many moments where I'm glad I am not race control.
Yeah, these last 2 races for race control, he's definitely borderline on asking for a raise at this point for overtime. At this point,
And Chad's like, sure,
No.
raise 0 to 0. But here we go. We are going to be under 20 laps to go when we get back at it. 19. As this has really fallen perfectly for Tyler Fode. He was able to avoid that big coming together from Hibbs and Fuller. As Fode leads us back to the restart zone, green means go. We're back underway at St. Pete. You saw Tyler Fode clip the curb a little bit there. That's going to cost him some speed, and that's going to allow Raleigh an opportunity to try to make a send around the outside. Gavin Higgins looking to maybe take it 3. He will not. Raleigh trying to stay on the outside. That might be his chance, but he cannot. We single file out here for the top, I'd say, dozen or so.
So far, everyone's going straight through these tight turns. Still a few more left to go.
You see, Fode got a little loose on entry. There is some damage on that party truck. You see the left front kind of dinged in. Maybe a little bit of a bend on that right rear corner. As you see, he got loose. Raleigh got loose. Uh-oh, we got tire smoke in the back. I don't see any trucks flipped around, but
going.
Yeah, I think it was just a whole lot of lock it up. We stay clean and green so far. It's Raleigh trying to stay as connected as he can to the back of Tyler Fode.
So far, the walls have been kept off of so far. That's the good thing, is we're coming back around, starting to get a little bit of a distance here. We're going to see some plays finally being made at the front of the field where they're going to get a little bit of green flag underneath them.
Yeah, and got to give a shout here. You see Justin Knobloch, both of the front corners of that truck knocked in as, oh, EJ O'Rourke, that's not where the track goes, buddy. There comes Harrison Talon by.
All the way down to the bottom goes Harry.
Oh, got running around in turn 1.
That's Bryce Fode there.
And
he's going to be able to get back around. Luckily, we're going to stay green. Only a 1 car in.
Oh, no, we got another track blocker going into turn 4. Chad Frankenfield around. Tom Bourne, Jaden Racimus, and there is the caution.
No.
Oh, no, Chad, no, don't back up. The big send from Seth Rawls. Oh, wheel hop, lost it. And then, oh, Justin Fuller got spun. And then Seth Rawls tries to pull in.
Again, then he did that earlier, didn't he?
Yeah, and then contact. This is, you see a big send from Fuller, and he's gonna lock the rear. Hard impact
damage.
And then gonna have Nigel Stock and Chad Frankenfield arrive on the scene. See, good avoidance for Pierce Hausler. Oh, almost T-boning the 55, but able to get it wound up in time. Good work by Pierce. And here we go. Andy Lewis on board with, as he's going to get a few trucks arriving.
That's what caused the big actual blockage there, was him swinging on around and making everyone have to check up even harder than they had to.
Yeah. Oh, you see Chad getting hit from behind from Tom Bourne.
See, I don't know if they would have piled up like that if Seth Rawls would have just stayed on the brakes down there.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree with that assessment there, because let's see, you'll see a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Yeah, you see,
The issue
Sam
with Seth
Outlaw.
Rawls' thing is it was a mistake on his own end. It's not like he got turned around. I mean, at that point, you're going to have to own up and just take the, your own medicine of messing up and hold the brakes down on the bottom. This is the second time we've seen him tonight, clear in front of the whole field. This time around, though, it's hard to say if that's actually what caused the wreck. It didn't help.
Yeah, I will say, because, like, when we were watching out back from the 16, like, you couldn't really see where Seth was at all until they got a lot closer. I do think there is something to be said about maybe the 16 not kind of lifting off and checking up a little earlier, because, like, you can't necessarily see where Seth was, but you could see that trucks were stopped or slowing. So I feel like you were able to see enough of what was going on up ahead to where maybe lifting off a little more and a little earlier would have done quite a bit of good. So, meanwhile, as I was saying before all this started going on, it's a great run for Justin Knobloch. Now up to P5, even with some damage there on both corners of the front end. Oh no, Gavin Higgins dropped from P3.
Oh, that's a shame. He was having night.
Man, that is... The connection issues continue for Gavin Higgins. We saw it happen to him a lot throughout various series in 26A, and unfortunately, it's not fixed whatever is going on with that internet.
I gotta say, James, I know in real life that this is technically like a doubleheader kind of a situation with IndyCar, but I think we're lucky that there's not. They'd have to repair this track quite a bit if this is how things went in real life. Just with all the contact, all the debris that would probably be all over the racetrack, the walls would have moved by now, I would have to think so. Oh no!
Oh, Harry! Harry! Oh, man.
Can't go that way. Oh boy.
It's hard to say that's gonna be EOL worthy. Like, he goes off,
lost the control
back anyhow.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to say on whether he's like completely off the track, like what you would consider to be the racing surface. Like, it kind of looks like the back half of the truck is still kind of somewhat on the racing surface, but at this point, I don't even know.
He just took a radical line through the corner.
Good old Harry is. We are double filed up. And I gotta say, it's interesting seeing Fody choose the inside there. The last few Hibbs. It's the first time I've done that. Hibbs and Fuller were choosing the outside, and it seemed like it was working a decent amount, getting them to be able to get on the throttle earlier. But then you saw when that didn't work for Gavin Hibbs, and Fuller was able to keep alongside. He had the preferred line, and then, well, we know what happened from there. So Fody maybe not necessarily get the best launch choosing the inside, but he is crucially at least holding on to the track position on the inside, and that probably a lot more valuable in the grand scheme of things.
We're only gonna have 15 laps. It's already a short race to the end here.
Yep, it's going to be 14 to go as Fody leads us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at St. Pete. This time a much better jump for Tyler Fody, as he's already going to be clear as we go into turn one, as you see some moves being made behind. Tommy Ride to the inside of Dylan Avere. White trying to get to the inside of Knobloch.
Oh!
3 wide and around goes Jeff Ryan, and oh, they're still making contact behind.
That was a
Oh
dive
no,
bomb.
we got a truck going around. Oh, we got more trucks going around. I think we got another track blocker. Graham Bullis. Can't quite tell who that red and white truck is. Oh, and that red and white truck, I think, just hit Cale Polk. I don't even know what's going on anymore. You see a big dive
Sam
from JP
Batwell.
Phillips, knocking Boutwell into the 3, and then everyone's trying to scatter, and then contact. Oh, and then you see, believe that's Ty Bass. I know that's Randy Oakham getting turned around, and then, oh, I just that is the best symbol. The best way to describe this race is just show that. Just keep on it. Just all of this just right here. Oh, Netco just absolutely slapping poor Cale Pocock in the face. And then he is just insult to injury of the highest order. Is you see Bullis pull out in front of Cale. Cale hits him, and then yeah. What more do you say with that? You can't. I don't think there's anything that can be said. I mean, this is truly one of the races of all times. And then think Vandermarl. I think
Red Bull did not give him wings. I don't think.
it gave parts of his motor wings. You might see some of it fly out in the engine. Yeah, just truly something to behold there, Gerald.
I'll be honest with you. If pace cars were given laps led, I think we'd be seeing a dominant run by a pace car that has never been seen before. He would be leading the most laps by far.
The pace car is on a generational start to the season. Like, the amount of laps he's led compared to anyone this season, just absolutely dominant performance.
With Chad's mess up in the the Daytona to allow no green white checkers and the pace car leading it technically at the finish line, it's I would consider it the points leader right now, and it has had definitely the most laps led and the stage win so far tonight.
Yeah, the pace car is a dark horse candidate for this championship. Like, the rate he's going, he is going to put up Corey Haim levels of wins.
Tally is going to be on the 3.
Sure. I don't see that. No way.
Who's the tally on?
The 3.
On the 3? What is he supposed to do?
Yeah, if you're Jeff, I don't know how you're supposed to really anticipate that. I mean, I would kind of put that more on JP Phillips, if anything, because it looks like, obviously, we haven't really seen how they got alongside before that, but it's like, yeah, it looked like,
I mean, he was clear, and then coming down the racetrack, both the 47 and the 34 outbreak him by a lot, and they throw it underneath of him. I mean, he's clear at this point. He's allowed to come down.
Yeah, and then you see JP like very close to that inside wall on entry, trying to take it 3. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, well,
we're going to have probably close to 10 laps to go. We are on caution number 9, I believe. I think it's 9 at this point. Caution 8.
8
Caution number 8. My bad. Oh boy.
for 23 laps.
For 23 laps so far. So over half the race will be completed underneath yellow. We haven't even gotten to, I shouldn't say that. We haven't even gotten to halfway point yet. I would say we've had now 16 laps under green, 24 under caution.
well, we are double file once again. That's gotta be frustrating.
I say turn it back into an airport at this point.
It's downtown.
No,
And the airport.
no, it is definitely not the track's fault. Although, Lord knows, there's definitely been a lot of chaotic IndyCar races around these streets over the years. Well, that's gotta be frustrating if you're Tyler Fode, because he nailed that restart the last time. But now it's gonna give Keane Raleigh another opportunity to try to keep it close into turn 1. Gonna be 10 to go when we get back green here.
I really want to check to see when we get to the end of this. Does anybody even have a 0x at this point? I'd have to probably say no. I mean, I think I've seen every single one of these drivers involved in.
So somehow, well, one Gerald Campbell has 0x.
Thank you.
Impressive
job, Gerald.
drive there, Gerald. Keane Raleigh, it actually has a 0x.
Uh-oh. You just jinxed him.
Wow. It was nice knowing you.
Here we go. Pace car
Yeah, this
making
one's
the
on
hard
James.
right-hand turn onto pit road. Tyler Fode will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at St. Pete.
Good start for the 6. He's going to go side by side with him down the front straightaway.
He's going to go X's be damned, full steam ahead. He tries to hang to the outside of Tyler Fode, and Fode gets clear. As we make our way through 2 and 3. So far, so good. Couple trucks getting sideways, but nothing too crazy. Fode going a little defensive, trying to keep Raleigh at bay.
He's right on him, though. That 6. Oh, he checked up a little bit, got a little loose. Going to give a little bit of a gapping to the 40 now. He's going to have a little breathing room. Still
oh, no, we got Chad Frankenfield turned around, but straight back out.
Oh, no, I think it was a 20. Or there was a black jerk that got spun back around right into the wall.
See right here, that's incident with Frankenfield, and then, oh, Gavin Higgins.
They're going to still go green. Technically,
Yep.
Still only a single car incident.
As Tyler Fode still keeps Raleigh at bay. 9 laps to go here at St. Pete. Oh, 3 wide off of the final corner. Lewis O'Rourke and Sam Boutwell. They're going to get by. They're going to be side by side down into turn 1. Lewis and O'Rourke. EJ going to get the spot over Andy Lewis. As Sam Boutwell trying to hold on, and meanwhile, see Harrison Talon around again.
All I can say is so far, so good. These drivers are starting to figure it out here, starting to realize that they actually want to leave here at some point in time. as these drivers are getting around this racetrack. Still a little bit of a tight competition back there. As you see Adams trying to work his way through that traffic. Chad Frankenfield getting a little bit impatient back there.
The big move from Brent Jones to get by Sam Boutwell through the kink, and now here comes Pocock trying to follow him through. Oh, contact between the two. Cale has to hold on to it.
Some of these trucks look like they just came back from a short track as they're jumping over those curbs right now.
Oh, and here comes Chad with the send on Hardcastle behind.
He's trying to make a point here that he should have been higher up in the field, as he still has 8 laps left to go to be able to make a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, up to 24th is Frankenfield. Meanwhile, Cody McCorkle got heavily involved in the first track blocker all the way on lap 1. He's up in 7th place right now, and Justin Fuller holding on to a top 10.
Expect him to continue to try to make that climb. Was very strong, our pole sitter was. He still has a few more trucks in front of him that he can be able to make a pass on before this race is through.
Yeah, and he was right behind Austin and Namden. Oh no! William around! Contact!
Right in that corner. Oh.
I believe Knobloch hit the barrier in front of him.
Knobloch in the wall hard. Oh, he's out. He has destroyed the truck.
Yeah, just as I said, I believe he had hit the wall, and that's where William hit him and spun around. And you see, there's just big chunk. Heartbreak for Justin Knobloch. And there's no turn.
Oh.
Yeah, good job to hold onto it and keep it off of the racing surface. But man, top 5 run up in smoke for Justin Knobloch.
Yeah, heartbreak to make it through all of this just to be taken out near the end of the race like that. Still running in the top 5 for the majority of the race, and now it's going to be a bad points night.
Chad Frankenfield around once again.
Well, I'm going to guess aggression was involved in some of that. I mean, he's got room. Oh, the 47 got sideways.
And we have another incident.
Oh no!
We got a huge blocker in 7 and 8, and then another incident in turn 10.
Adams into the 1 there, and then up further along, you'll see the 25.
Josh Adams. Oh, man.
How that wasn't a caution is beyond me. That is a massive hit. I think pretty sure I think they've lost. The yellow lights have burnt out on the caution because it's still green.
Yeah.
We'll just say all the yellow bulbs have burnt out. Very strange. Oh, oh my gosh, they carried him for like a good 40 feet.
And then there's it still continues. And caution is out.
Well, the lights do work. And we'll have to see. Seth Rawls also hooked someone straight into the wall too, a little earlier ago as well.
Yeah, and then there was a second incident going into turn 10 with Pierce Hostler. I think he slid out. See right there, contact. I think that's what you were talking about.
Correct.
Gerald.
Yeah. Hey, finally saw someone hit those tires there. I have been waiting for it all night. The whole back bumper came off of the 61 there, who had been having a really good night so far.
He had that. That is a bummer for Pierce Hostler.
If you wanted a truck commercial, picking up your competitor truck and dragging him for a good 40 yards would be a good truck commercial for anybody.
Nothing beats Ram as he's being carried along by the other
A
trucks.
Toyota truck being carried along, yeah.
Built Ford tough, it's just being dragged along by 3 others. Mother of mercy. You know, it's times like this, Gerald, where I'm glad I am a sicko who enjoys races like this and enjoys calling races like this, because honestly,
Yeah, I would say
I,
you're a
I don't know
sicko.
I don't know about anybody else. I'm having a blast right now. This is a lot of fun.
At one point, you have to realize, like, you just get, you just sit down, you go, I'm not watching racing. This is as good as WWE as you can get at this point, because at this point, I mean, none of it's fake, but it's oh boy.
I feel like we could show some of the highlights of this race with the Benny Hill music in the background.
Well, as you stated, so far to start the race off, we had a 100-lapper at Daytona. We have a 50-lapper here. We're on caution number 9. We had 14 at Daytona, which equates to 24 cautions in 100 and so far 45 laps. That's not good, to say the least. We haven't even reached the short track yet.
Yeah.
What is the next race? Do we have up on the board what is the following race after this? Please tell me it's not a short track.
Let's see. It is Chicagoland.
Okay. All right. Here's to hoping.
Otherwise,
but if not, yell for the chair, like if you're at a WWE match. Get the chair.
But hey, we do have a doubleheader at Southern National later on in the season.
Oh boy.
Going to be a tally on the 47. Severe damage
yes.
tally. Severe damage tally.
Ultimately, yeah. Sam Batwell did make contact with Chad there, spun him around. Though, to be honest with you, I don't know how you can determine what's damage from this wreck versus the 4 others that Chad has been involved in.
Yep.
For all we know, maybe it made the steering wheel go back to being straight. Just look at this shot right here. Look at some of the conditions of some of these trucks. You got the one going by, the 26 going by. Heck, the driver in 5th place also has a tire sticking out there. I mean, that's Fuller, who's come back to the top 5. Do have to give a shout out to Fuller for coming back there, but has not been easy to say the least. I mean, these trucks are beat up.
Yeah, and according to our year-end colleague Zach Evans, apparently it was actually 17 cautions at Daytona. I think the count was kind of messed up a little. Yeah, I think Carlos
17.
had a. Yeah, so that puts us.
That would make 26. 26 cautions so far for the beginning part of the season, for coming up on 150 laps. Someone can give me a lap countage of how much that is per lap, or how many, what the spacing is there.
And the pace car has officially clinched the bonus point for most laps led tonight. We are going to get a
How many laps were at Daytona?
Green-white checkered here. 100 laps at Daytona.
I mean, at this point, they're going to have to do an oil change on the pace car for...
That's a caution every 5.7 laps.
5.7 laps every time. Oh, Lord. Yikes.
I understood there would be math.
You came prepared.
I am always prepared for math, Gerald. I am always prepared.
Well, here we go. Do we make it back to take the white flag? Or do we get...
I think we do, but I also think that we'll have on that white flag 3 separate track blockages. Now that's going to be an interesting part because who breaks for the track blockage on the last lap? That's going to be interesting. Hopefully we don't have a caution and, leave it up to Chad actually, making sure we have green-white checkered set up.
Absolutely. With that, Fody leads us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway. 2 laps to go from St. Pete.
Oh,
and
no,
here we go.
Wreck on the front straightaway.
Seth Rawls. And not quite sure. I think it was Cale Pocock right behind him. Oh, and they were in the top 10 too. Meanwhile, back up front, Raleigh trying to take the lead from Fody, but he can't. Fody holds on for now. Oh no, caught more contact. Seth Rawls into Jeff Ryan, and Jeff Ryan is around, and we got another track blocker.
Big track blockage.
Oh no! Oh, and there's our first green-white checkered attempt of the season, which is ironic because we were technically supposed to have one last week.
Oh man, they just all piled into there too hard. That was a hard hit there.
Oh.
I mean, at this point, even crash test dummies get a break.
There's nothing left to be said at this point. Look at the impacts for Jeff Ryan.
Hard impacts, yeah. Hard impacts. Those were some of the hardest of the night so far. Look at that 78. He's still making hard contact with the wall. I think he kept it in reverse.
Harrison Talon, Harry, nowhere to go.
Oh man, he ate Goodyear on that one. I
think he got stuck.
Yeah, he's stuck. He's completely stuck into the wall.
No. Oh, that is heartbreaking to survive all that just to get stuck in the concrete. Oh, the concrete barrier is saying to heck with Grand Bullis in particular. Oh my word.
Well,
if there is,
let's go back to that restart too with Seth Rawls, because I knew it was going to happen at some point tonight. I knew it was going to happen at some point where someone was going to come up the racetrack too high and end up making contact there. So no, it was before that even. It was all the way back with Seth Rawls. He made contact. I think it was it Corey Abbott or not? Not Corey Abbott. Who is that? Yeah, Corey Abbott.
Oh, it was Corey. Oh, I got the wrong Abbott truck. My apologies to Cale. Ooh,
netcode.
Yeah. You see, Corey got a little loose, saved it, but netcode pulled the 25 into him.
And then further down the line, Seth Rawls ends up being forced 3 wide into bigger contact.
Well, I hope everyone has enough fuel.
Pace car doesn't, I don't think. Well, I was wrong. I thought we were going to get back to the white flag. I was dead wrong. It was a wreck before we even got to the start-finish line.
Well, the important thing is that we tested out that green-white checkers are turned on.
I kind of wish it wasn't. I wanted to see the pace car win again. At this point,
I really wish I played Assassin's Creed earlier.
I mean, at this point, I just feel bad for Tyler Fode because he hasn't even gotten to see all the action that's going on back there. He's been at the front of the field. He's just pacing behind a pace car. You know, he has no idea what it's like back there, and you know, it's got to be boring for him out at the front of the field. That's one point that you gotta kind of look at if you've been stuck in your fifth wreck. Is at least it's entertaining at some point.
Yeah, he's looking down upon the chaos, watching from his castle of the lead. The natives are restless, he says, as they pile up for the 8th time.
So that was caution number 10? Was it 10?
Yep. 10. I wish
I did not come in tonight going, we're going to have 10 cautions.
I was like,
not the bingo card for me.
I'm like, oh man, there's going to be a lot of field spread. There's probably going to be hardly anything to talk about. How am I going to make this interesting? I haven't had to do a darn thing tonight. They've been doing my job for me.
Cautions per lap is down to 4.8.
Woohoo!
Man, I scheduled for my computer to restart at a certain time that I was for sure that we were going to be done with the race. Now I'm having to reschedule it again. That's where I'm at.
Well, the calm before the storm. I guess I don't know how to describe it.
Storms are faster than this.
Especially the storm that almost knocked out my internet about 15 laps earlier.
I think, is this the only iRacing track that has a full baseball field in that they've had to create? I'm just noticing that from a far out view that there is a baseball field in the middle of this racetrack.
Yes, Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays, and there are convention centers and whatnot around Long Beach that are rendered in.
I don't think that's Tropicana Field, though. I know Tropicana Field. That is not Tropicana Field there.
Race in Arlington went around Texas State.
Yeah, but we don't have
Cowboy
that on
Stadium.
iRacing yet.
Yet. I thought we were just talking track in general.
I said iRacing.
Yeah, because then you could also count the Toronto Street Course that's right by BMO
Exhibition
Field
Place.
for Toronto FC. And I think the Air Canada Center as well, but don't quote me on that one. But
IndyCar
pace
race around
cars
Meadowlands.
that's true. But here we go. Tyler Fode leads us back to the green flag. 2 laps to go from St. Pete. And the best restart that Kian Raleigh has got in some time. Does he have anything for Tyler Fode trying to hold to the outside? And once again, Fode holds strong. We're just keeping an eye on the back of the field here. So far, so good as we make it through 2 and 3.
So far, holding our breath. It's green so far back there.
Yep. Dylan Navier is all over the back of Kian Raleigh, trying to see if he can get back up into P3.
Oh, Fode got loose there. He's going to have the 6 right on his back bumper, bumping him.
He is pushing him down the straightaway. Can Raleigh get to the inside? Is he going to make the dive bomb into turn 10? He's looking. Fode going defensive. And they get through. Man, look how close Kian Raleigh got to that wall. As Raleigh is going to have maybe one more opportunity on this final lap. Off of the final corner, white flag in their sights. 1 lap to go from St. Petersburg.
Throw it in.
We'll see. It doesn't look like he's close enough. Kean Raleigh trying to see if he can steal it from Tyler Fode on the final lap. As Justin Fuller has made his way back up into P4. Tyler Fode starting to give himself just a little bit of breathing room. Raleigh seems to be better through this tighter section here in the middle of the track. Can he keep it close enough?
He's only going to have a few more turns.
He's got the intimidate button on as we go down into the kink. He's looking, trying to get Fode to look in his mirror. Fode goes defensive. Does he give him the bump and run? Fode crosses up into turn 10. And he keeps it out of the wall. Raleigh has one chance left down into the final corner. Is he close enough for the send? Oh! He sent him! And around goes Raleigh! Up to the final corner. Dylan Javier looking at his first Elite Truck Series win. Dylan Javier wins at St. Petersburg.
That was intense. That was worth staying until the end. Wow, that was two drivers pushing it there and ended up costing both of them there. Dylan Javier just absolutely just had to concentrate on his own race, and he cleared by both of them in that one turn. Incredible stuff at the end of this.
Yeah. What an awesome job by Dylan Javier to keep the nose clean. Oh man, what a finish.
And what a recovery for Fuller, coming back to second place after having so many incidents going to the back of the pack and
like
right at the end.
Look at that. Look how much of the tire you can see on the right front corner of Justin Fuller. Like, that is crazy. And that's the truck that finished second tonight. Oh, my goodness.
And after all that, Fode's going to finish near dead last at the back of the field. No, 14th. He was able to straighten back out and get back out going. Finished 14th, though, for Fode. I want to go back and watch that last lap there, or last couple turns there, and just get an idea, because
I do too, but let's let Javier have his moment. It's been a long time coming, as you see.
Hold on.
I want to say, is this his first Elite win period? I can't remember if he's gotten one in ARCA.
I think he has.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, this is what I'm fairly certain is his first career Elite truck win. As Dylan taking the 57 to the victory lane, we'll go ahead and take a look at what happened in that final corner.
Hold on, I'm looking up your data for you. He showing 2 wins. He won in the Indy Next Series at Laguna Seca. And he won at Echo Park Speedway Oval in a NASCAR truck. This is his third overall.
So I was right about him not having an ARCA win, but I was wrong about him not having a truck win. Well, that's mildly embarrassing, but
now we wanted to look at the checkered flag, right?
Yep. You're going to see Raleigh giving it everything he had coming out of the final chicane, and I believe he's going to catch the grass here. See, I think Fody might have got too much of the curb, and that slowed him up. And you see Raleigh get the grass, trying to keep the foot in it, and loses all grip into the grass, and that's what ships Fody all the way off. And Raleigh slides to the edge of the grass himself, trying to gather it back up as Dylan Avere makes the easiest pass he'll ever make, just turns right and goes right on by with the checker flag waving in his face. See Tommy Ryan able to pick up the pieces as well, moving himself up into P3 there in the final corner. But man, we gotta give some much needed shout outs. Let's go ahead and go to the final results. Your race winner, Dylan Javier from Justin Fuller and Tommy Ryan. Keen Raleigh in fourth. Cody McCorkle. We saw that 2 truck get bounced around a lot tonight. He recovers to a top 5. Just story. A late Norgard was spun around, causing 2 of the track blockers, and he brings it home in 7th. Ty Bass was an unfortunate participant in a lot of instances. He's in 8th, and Dabnett recovers to P9. Tom Bourne, top 10. And then we're going to have Nigel Stock, JP Phillips, EJ O'Rourke, Tyler Fody enters the final corner in the lead, crosses the line in 14th. And Andy Lewis rounds out the top 15. Cale Pocock, Seth Rawls, Pierce Hausler, Jaden Racimus, and Josh Adams rounding out the top 20 and take away the rest of the field there, Gerald.
Yeah, and 21st was, go back down there, Chad Frankenfield. After all that's going to finish off in 21st. Brent Jones going to be finishing off in 22nd. Hardcastle, then Sam Batwell. At this point, these are drivers that we had seen in the last few into those cautions, just having a tough night, just hoping to finish it. Corey Abbott back there. Dustin Dewar finishing off in 26th. William White, one of those that got a ton of damage on the front end, just trying to creep his way to the end of it back there in 27th. Gavin Higgins, real unfortunate with his issue where he had blinked out of the race, came back, still able to finish on the lead lap, but back there in 28th. Bryce Fody, 29th. Rob Moody in 30th. And this is where we start getting into the drivers that did not finish the race. Harrison Talon finished in 31st. Jeff Ryan, Graham Bulls. Well, we saw what happened to Graham Bulls. Talk about unfortunate, not able to finish his night. Justin Noblock back there in the 34th. Randy Yoakum, Justin Vandermarl, Gavin Hibbs, Frank Fody, and rounded out was Dalton Hayes there in the 39th position.
All right, and with that, we'll go ahead and get to our top 3 finishers here, and we'll go ahead and start with 3rd place, Tommy Ryan. Tommy, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, take us through your night on what was a very quick and calm 50 laps out there at St. Pete. Definitely didn't go over 50 laps or anything.
No, yeah, it's unfortunate we had that many yellows, and I kind of knew where my I'll call it what my boundaries were of my point of no return on entry and exits, and obviously some guys just had no idea how to drive in traffic, and it was pretty rough. But my whole plan was just don't make any mistakes, try to maintain position until the next yellow comes out. Kind of did that for a while, and then got really loose. I think out of turn 4, coming down that little stretch there before you make a hard right hander, and I think Kean got up under me there, and then I was kind of toast. And then the yellow came out, and then starting on the outside, Fuller got around me, and I was like, well, I'll be, I'm just going to try to mind my P's and Q's here, bring home it, hopefully no less than a top 5, but obviously as long as I don't get dumped, I'll be no worse than a top 10. And first and second kind of wiped each other out. rolled back to a podium. So I'll call this a success, but it was a disappointment as far as the racing goes, for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a night. I feel like a lot are gonna want to move on from quickly. What does that do to you and your mindset when you're in a race like this, where a lot of cautions, a lot of stop and start? You just don't know what to do, and if you're even gonna get any green flag runs.
You just absolutely cannot make mistakes on restarts, and don't wipe out the guy in front of you, because for the most part, most of the guys up front, up until the last lap there, we were taking care of each other, not dumping each other. And most of all the stuff that was happening, I think was probably mid pack to the rear. And it was just a desperate, you know, I could dive into this corner a little bit deeper. And then you really can't. Like I told my guys, in our channel, teammates, I was like, just when you think you can dive a corner a little bit later, or you think you can get on the throttle a little bit sooner, you can't. And when you do, you're going to make a mistake, and you're going to get, tallied, and you're going to send to the back anyway. So it's really just track position, qualifying well, and just don't give the farm away on restarts and stuff like that. Just hit your marks and don't wipe out the guy in front of you. And that's the mindset that I had, and that goes with every race. But for the most part, when you see yellows coming out, you're not going to have a chance to race and have a chance to get back to the guy. So it is what it is.
Well, it was still a great result for you, all things considered. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Oh yeah, man, sure. Thanks for the series sponsor, the Tanks GG, and Northern Tool and Equipment, Jameson Custom Corvette, and thanks for Chad for putting this whole show on. And I know he didn't have the best night, but he's got he's got a tough job. But he's a school teacher, so he's used to dealing with kids, right? Even though we're not kids, but sometimes we act like it. But yeah, and you know, it's it was a rough night, but usually this series is a whole lot better. So I look forward to getting back to what we typically do here, which is a lot of green flag stuff. So thanks to you guys.
Alrighty, we appreciate you, Tommy, and hopefully we're talking to you again. We're off next week, so hopefully we'll be talking to you in 2 weeks here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, no, wait, never mind. I got my dates wrong. The week off is after next week, so hopefully we are talking to you next week.
All right, man. We'll see you.
All right, and now Gerald is going to talk to our runner-up.
Yes, Fuller, we got you in here at the booth. Didn't know if we get to talk to you tonight with how everything turned out there at the middle part of the race. Not exactly what you wanted to happen there with contact with you in the 95. You kind of saw a lot of points fly away. What was your motivation to try to get back up there, knowing that your chance of win was pretty much out of out of your hands at that?
I have to go back and look at it. I don't even know what happened. I know there was some contact. I don't know if he got loose out of turn one there and clipped me on the left rear. It just got me all out of shape through those S's. And then I don't know if there was contact again that got me sideways or if I just got loose, but that kind of sucked because Gavin and we've raced really well together. So, but yeah, I fixed damage. I probably shouldn't have even pitted. I didn't have that much damage, honestly, and started working my way up through the field, passing. I was being pretty aggressive. But I was making good moves at least and making good ground. And then my teammate Seth wrecked in turn 4 as I was trying to pass Ty Bass, and I didn't want to drive into Seth, so I locked the brakes down pretty hard to try to get back behind Ty, and I spun it out on the inside wall pretty hard. And I decided at that point I wasn't going to pit again because I was never going to get back to the front. So the truck didn't drive very good after that. It was very tight, but we just kind of did what we could, get what we got what we got. I was pretty content with 4th place, honestly, but those boys wrecked on the last corner, so we ended up P2 and salvaged the day.
Well, you saw how the beginning of the season has started with all the yellows, all the aggression being shown so far this season. How does that help, or how does that change your approach to some of these races now? As you've gotten a lot of points underneath your belt, you have, a championship at the end of this that you have to look forward to, and you know how important the regular season championship points will be going into that chase. Now that we get past these two races, do you see the aggression changing how you approach some of these races?
Like we're just gonna show up every week and see what we got and kind of go by there, play it by ear. You never know what every race is gonna bring. We go to Chicagoland next week, so I think we'll figure it out next week, and we'll have some good green flag racing next week. I hope, but I don't think I'm gonna change my ways. You just got to come in here, run these races the best of your ability, and try and come out here with the most points that you can, and that's what we're gonna keep doing.
All right, appreciate that. We're gonna give it back over, or well, we're gonna let you do your thank yous and shout outs. A second place finish, not exactly what you wanted after getting the pole, but I think you would have taken it halfway through this race, considering all the things that you went through. So go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout out for your team and your sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll definitely take a P2 after that race. So I was very shocked to get the pole as well. That was pretty nice. But yeah, thanks GGG, thanks.gg for sponsoring the series. Thanks to you guys put on the broadcast. Thanks to everybody in the race. Wish we could have gone on a lot more green flag racing, but that didn't happen. Thanks to Golden Brew for being on board. Thanks to Shift Esports for having me as a teammate now. And two races in, two top threes. Pretty good start for them. So looking forward to Chicagoland next week. It's a good track for me, and see if we can have some fun next week.
There's James Fuller as my computer's about to restart on me here in just a couple seconds. Give it back over to James as he's going to go about bringing up our race winner here.
Yes, sir. Time to talk to the man of the hour, Dylan James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, that was definitely a race to remember and a finish to remember for you there. I gotta ask, what's going through your mind going through the final corner and you're seeing those two make contact and the path to the win open up?
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I saw them right next to each other. I thought they hit the grass or something. I'm not too sure, but saw them spinning right in front of me. I was like, I just gotta stay low here and just take the checkered.
Yeah, that was one of the craziest races we've seen, but you know, with how much stuff that happened, what I find interesting is that we really didn't talk about you a whole heck of a lot during the race, and I think that is the best compliment I could give you and someone after a race like this. The fact that you were able to keep away from anything that happened, all the things that happened.
Yeah, for sure. I just tried to stay clean, just 100% try not to get any damage because that would really mess up my rhythm. I've rubbed doors a couple times, just going too wide, uh, but nothing too serious, luckily. I know there was a wreck in front of me at the early stages of the race, uh, and I got away from that too, so really lucky there. Just tried to maintain my own pace, and it worked out in the end.
Yeah, it sure did. It's a big win for you, and it was a long time coming. I believe this is your second truck win, but you've been doing really good, especially on these road courses, and it definitely paid off for you there.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, fantastic win for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Yep. I'll give a shout out to Solo Racing, uh, Ray Bracy for doing all of our paints for Lake Norman, uh, and also his YouTube channel where he makes videos. A lot of those cover these races, so if anyone wants to check those out. Uh, Shout out to Tyler. A lot of damage for most of the race, so and he was able to maintain the front up until the end, so good for him. And then shout out to all the other Lake Norman guys for running with us. And then shout out to my mom.
All righty, we appreciate you, Dylan, and hopefully we're talking to you again here next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, and to clean up a couple things. First of all, the stadium that's actually visible was posted thanks to our ERN colleague Zach Evans is Al Lang Stadium, which is the home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies of the USL Soccer League. I'd always thought, because I thought that you could actually see Tropicana Field as well, because I always thought that Tropicana Field was like right next to the track as well. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm wrong on that too as well. But yeah, and one final note. The incident watch for Kean Raleigh, it ended up being just 1x for him. He got that 1x on the final corner. So, in my defense, Gerald was the one who asked about who had a 0x, so I am only partially culpable.
We'll definitely pin it.
Yeah, because he's not here to defend himself because of his computer restart. But Dave, holy crackers, what do you say about a race like that?
It's over. That's what I say about a race like that. It's over. And we move on.
We sure do. We move on to Chicagoland next week. But with that, it's time for us to get the heck on out of here. For my broadcast partners, Gerald Campbell and Dave Huckleberry, I'm James Watson, bidding you adieu till next time. Good night, everyone.